You know what's crazy? They never see your worth when you're giving them your best. They only start to notice when you stop showing up, when your silence replaces your softness, when your peace becomes louder than your pain. And suddenly, the same person who thought they could do better than you starts checking your profile at 2 a.m. They start wondering who's making you laugh now, who's getting the love they once took for granted. It's strange, isn't it? How they only realize your value once you're no longer available. But here's the truth. You were never the one who lost anything. They did, because you don't lose people when you walk away. You lose versions of yourself that settled for less. So today, I'm going to show you exactly why they'll regret losing you and how to become the kind of woman who never needs to be chosen twice. Stay till the end, because the final shift I'll share will change how you see every heartbreak forever. 1. The energy shift. When you pull back, they wake up. You know that feeling when you've given someone everything, your time, your kindness, your energy, and they still act like it's not enough. They start to take your love like oxygen, something they'll always have access to. But then one day, you just stop. You stop texting first. You stop explaining yourself. You stop trying to fix things that they broke. And that silence, it hits them harder than any argument ever could. That's the shift. The moment you pull your energy back, the dynamic changes. Suddenly they start noticing the little things they never appreciated before. The good morning texts, the check-ins, the warmth. It's gone now. And your absence becomes their loudest lesson. They start wondering what happened to that version of you who always cared. They might act like they're fine, but trust me, they feel that emptiness. You see, attention is power, and when you take it away from someone who misused it, you reclaim your worth without saying a word. You don't need to block them, post about it, or prove anything. Just disappear, quietly, calmly. Let them sit in the silence they created. Because detachment isn't cold, it's clarity. It's you saying, I deserve peace more than I crave your attention. And when you choose peace, you become magnetic. They start to miss your presence, your laughter, your softness. And by the time they realize what they had, it's already gone. That's when regret begins to whisper in their mind, because the version of you they took for granted doesn't exist anymore. 2. The glow up they can't escape. Let's be honest, nothing stings more than seeing someone thrive without you. The same people who doubted you, the ones who left thinking you'd fall apart, they don't expect your strength. They don't expect you to rise quietly, to look happier, lighter, freer. And when they see it, it shakes them. Your glow up isn't just about looks, it's energy. It's how you carry yourself now. You walk like someone who's not chasing love anymore. Your confidence doesn't scream, it radiates. You start dressing better, speaking softer, moving with purpose, not to impress them, but because you finally started loving yourself more than you loved their approval. And that's when they notice. They'll lurk on your stories, ask mutual friends about you, wonder if someone new is making you smile. But the truth is, it's you. You're making yourself smile now. That glow they see, that's peace. That's healing. That's what they could have had if they valued you when they had the chance. Here's the beautiful irony. When you stop waiting for closure, you get it naturally because you realize you didn't lose them. They lost you. And that quiet realization is more powerful than any revenge could ever be. 3. The silent lesson. When absence teaches more than words. Ever could people rarely learn through conversations. They learn through consequences. You could tell someone 100 times how they're hurting you, but it won't click until your silence does. That's the lesson your absence teaches. When you stop showing up, they finally start to notice all the little things you used to do, the way you listened, the way you understood them when nobody else did. They remember your laughter in the quiet moments. They remember how you stayed when they pushed you away. And now there's just silence, and that silence burns. They replay the moments where they could have been better, kinder, more present. They start comparing everyone else to you, but no one fits, because your kind of energy isn't easy to replace. Your love had depth, patience, warmth, and when you take that away, you leave a space too wide for anyone else to fill. So don't chase, don't explain, let them face their own emptiness. Let the silence speak, because sometimes the most powerful message is no message at all. 4. The transformation, turning pain into power. Let's be real, it hurts. Losing someone you loved deeply isn't easy. It leaves a mark. The nights are longer, the mind keeps replaying memories like old songs you can't turn off. But here's the truth, pain is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Every heartbreak is a mirror. It shows you where you gave too much, where you ignored red flags, where you forgot yourself trying to keep someone else. And once you start seeing it like that, everything changes. You start working out not to look better for them, but to feel strong again. You start dressing up not for attention, but because it reminds you who you are. You focus on your passions, your goals, your peace. You rebuild piece by piece. And the best part? The person you become after heartbreak is unstoppable. You're not bitter, you're wiser. You don't chase anymore, you attract. Because when you rise from pain instead of sinking in it, you become the kind of woman no one forgets. They'll watch you from afar and think, how did she do it? But you'll smile quietly because they'll never understand. You use their absence as motivation. 5. The reality check, when you outgrow them completely. Here's something most people don't admit. Sometimes they come back. They realize your worth. They apologize, they say they've changed, but by the time that happens, you're not the same person anymore. The things you used to cry about don't even bother you now. The things you begged for, you give them to yourself. You've built a life that doesn't depend on anyone's presence. You laugh easier, you sleep better, you walk with confidence that doesn't need validation. So when they finally reach out, expecting you to be where they left you, they find out you've moved on. Not out of anger, but out of peace. You're not trying to prove anything. You're just done repeating the same lesson. And that's what hits hardest. Not your anger, not your silence, but your indifference. Because once you stop caring, truly stop, they lose all control. That's when they realize they didn't lose a person. They lost the person. 6. The final shift. You don't need their regret. You need your freedom. This is where everything changes. The goal isn't to make them regret losing you. The goal is to reach a point where you genuinely don't care whether they do or not, because your peace is worth more than their apology. You stop checking their social media. You stop hoping they'll call. You stop replaying how things ended. You start focusing on your own energy, your dreams, your growth. You stop waiting to be chosen, and you choose yourself. That's when you find freedom, not the kind that comes from revenge, but the quiet kind that lives in self-respect. You start to understand that closure doesn't come from someone else's words. It comes from your decision to move forward. And when you finally let go of needing their regret, something magical happens. They start feeling it anyway. Because the most powerful thing you can ever do is walk away with grace. So let them think about what they lost. Let them wonder if you still care. Because the truth is, by the time they realize your worth, you'll already be too far ahead to look back. Let them miss you. Let them regret it. Let them replay every moment where they could have treated you better, because that's not your weight to carry anymore. You've done your part. You loved deeply. You tried. You showed up. Now it's time to protect your peace, your softness, your heart. The truth is, the most powerful woman is the one who no longer seeks validation. She doesn't beg to be understood. She simply is. And when you reach that point, their regret won't even matter anymore, because you'll finally understand why the loss was necessary. So if this message touched you, comment, I choose myself below. And remember, you were never too much. You were just too real for someone who wasn't ready. Subscribe to Olivia Rose for more truths about love, healing, and the quiet strength that makes them regret ever letting you go.